Hi, my name is Matthew Blassingame. This is FTT 100 Introduction to Firearms, and today's project is going to be showing the cycle of operations for a Glock 23 and bonus. I'm also going to do a cleaning. Well, I'm going to show you cleaning. This gun's already cleaned. It's just been lubricated not too long ago, so I'm not going to go through it all, but I'm going to explain it. So first thing we need to do is we need to clear this gun and make it safe. To do that, you're going to hit your mag release, pull your magazine out here, put it someplace safe. I want you to pull the slide 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Keeping your finger indexed. Lock your action open. And I want you to visually and physically inspect this by using your pinky. Putting your pinky in the barrel of the gun and then looking and visually seeing there's nothing in the barrel. And then you're going to do the same with the mag well, and you're going to see that they're both clear. And now this gun's safe to work on. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and clear this gun one more time, make it safe, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a filter strip of it. So first thing again, mag release, pull this out, play safe, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Once third one, nothing comes out. Lock your action open, do your physical and your visual inspection with your pinky. You're good there, we're good there, and now you're good to go. So go ahead and close your action. Once your action's closed, you have 2 little slide releases levers right here. You want to pull your slide back just a hair, pull those down, and then it will come forward. Pull your trigger, your slide comes off. Pretty simple. To pull your slide, like I said, as you can see, it's just been lubricated and everything, but, well, you probably can't. So first we have your recoil spring. We'll pull that guy out, and then the barrel comes right on out. So, and you basically just filled strip to Glock. Not hard. Okay, so cycle of operations, cocking is going to be where you pull your slide back. When you pull your slide back, as it goes forward, it's going to then feed. It's the second. It's going to feed the cartridge from the magazine into the barrel. As it feeds, it's going to get the cartridge, actually this little lip right here. I don't know what the name of it is, and I cannot find it. So this little lip will actually push the back of the cartridge up the feed ramp of the barrel right here and into the barrel. And then the spring that's inside of the magazine, which I've taken apart to show you clean, but will actually help to push that up as it pushes in, it pushes the next one up. Okay, so you have chambering, now locking. So what happens is when your slide goes forward, there's a couple little lips right here. Your barrel actually sits kind of kilted when it's unlocked. It kind of sits like this. When it's locked in, the slide goes forward, and there's those 2 little lips. Well, if you look in here, there's a lock bar. They hit up on that lock bar, and it locks it kind of into place, right? So it makes it all kind of one unit, one part. Your second's going to be when you pull your trigger. You're going to fire. When you fire, you have right here, there's a trigger bar. Trigger bar actually pulls down the latch that holds the firing pin in place, or the firing pin spring in place. And when you pull the trigger, it actually pulls the little latch down and allows the spring to go forward. That has the striker that's at the end of the string, and it hits the munition firing out the barrel. And then the repercussions of that, when it happens, it will push the slide back, unlocking the barrel. And basically it'll make the barrel, then it pushes it back again, and then the barrel does that and it unlocks it. So you're extracting, ejecting. Basically, they're obviously work hand in hand. You have an ejector, right, that comes out, and as it comes out, it actually will push the next casing out. Okay, so your ejector will push the next casing out, or push the spent casing out, and then your magazine will then bring in the next one, bring the next cartridge in. Trying to think of the other one, maybe extracting, and then ejecting. You have an ejector, and then your ejector will actually go through, and it will push out of your ejection port on your gun, and that's what an ejection is. To clean this, it's pretty simple. I mean, so you have your barrel to start with, and you're going to take your, let's grab one to show you, handy dandy little bore brush, and you're going to run it through your barrel, cleaning your bore. You want to put some solvent on it right here. Not that, that's the, I'll put the solvent on it. On a little swab also, get it in there really nice. Clean the bore out. Make sure you clean it all really well. Clean the outside of the barrel, or not the barrel, but the other barrel, excuse me, with the solvent as well. Clean it, dry it really well. And slide the inside, clean the inside of your slide. You can take the bristle brush, which is right here, and you can get inside all these little grooves and whatnot. You can see like where your slide rails and everything. You can clean all that really well. You also, on your barrels, you can use this and you can get inside of your lugs and whatnot. And then you also want to go and use your brush, and you can get down to your trigger mechanism a little bit, clean all this kind of stuff up really well. You want to use the solvent, but you also want to make sure that you dry it really well. And then when you lubricate this and you get everything, you know, cleaned up and you've dried everything well, when you go to lubricate it, your main things that you want to focus on are your lugs, right? Because like I said, this thing will go up and down. Anything that has a lot of friction is where you want the lubrication, because you don't want it to, you know, get hot and mess your gun up and everything. So you'll put lubrication in here, and then you also want to put a drop in there, and then you want to do one drop on each one of the slide rails, because there's 4, and then you want to do another drop inside right here on these slide rails. And what I usually do is take it, and then you'll take your finger and kind of, you know, make sure it's nice and smooth in there. And then when you do your magazine cleaning, pull it apart. I already pulled this one apart because I'm already at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So when you do your magazine cleaning, you want to, there's a little, not pin, but, well, I guess a little pin. You can use a punch and push this up, and with the punch, that little pin, and it will slide. You can then slide this forward, which is the bottom of the magazine, so it sits like this. You slide forward, and then you see, then you can clean your inside of your magazine really well. Clean your springs, just clean everything with the solvent, and then just dry it really well and put it back together. And basically that's cycle of operations for a Glock: fillet stripping and cleaning and lubrication, and it's 7 minutes and 10 seconds. So I think I did all right, hopefully. Well, not, we'll find out. Anyways, have a good weekend, and I will talk to you next week.